Out of all of Casio's world time watches, the AE1200 is the most popular, as it is sold in all regions around the world. One of the reasons for its popularity is its dial design, which features a world map which highlights those countries that have the same time zone as the one you are currently viewing. However, this feature is probably not shown off to its best potential due to the small size of the map. Also, the map is often a grey colour like on the AE1200 1AV, that it's often hard to discern which regions are being highlighted. The solution comes in the shape of the AE1100, a predecessor to the AE1200, which features a larger and bolder map which takes up almost half of the screen. Plus, the AE1100 was never officially sold by Casio in Europe, so if you live in that region, it's a chance to own a watch that is less ubiquitous than the AE1200. I've never really understood why Casio limits the sale of certain models to certain regions only. Casio Europe doesn't sell the AE1100, and all it does is make it harder for those who want to own the watch to obtain. I picked it up while I was in Hong Kong for about €25, and for that price I was able to get a watch that's rarer to find in my region than a Rolex Daytona. It was first released in 2011, which means that it precedes the AE1200 by a year. All the features that would become the AE1200 are present on the AE1100, like the LCD analog dial and the world map. The difference is that the design is more bold and the world map takes up more screen real estate, which is nearly half of the face. It is traversed by longitude lines which runs from north to south, and the highlighted countries for the same time region are easier to see. The case is made of resin, and so is the crystal, which is slightly domed. The overall dimensions according to the Casio website is 48mm in length, 43.7mm in width, and is 13.7mm in depth. It also claims that the total weight of the watch is 27 grams, but when I measured it, I found it weighed about 40 grams. There are 3 variants available, one with a green map, one with a blue map, and one with a steel bracelet. Here's how it looks on the wrist. Standard AE1100s are supplied with a resin strap, and the outside is etched with a hatching pattern, and this matches the hatching pattern on the bezel, which is a nice touch. The buckle and keeper are also made of plastic, which is to be expected at this price point, but at least the strap does offer plenty of holes for that perfect adjustment. The large plastic buttons on the sides are textured and easy to operate, something which I appreciate in winter when I'm wearing gloves. Flip the watch over and you will find a steel backplate with a vertical brushed finish. This is held on by 4 screws, and Casio claims it has a water resistance rating of 100 meters. The lower half of the digital dial usually shows the home time and date. If you hold down the bottom right button for longer than 3 seconds, however, you can change it so that it shows you 4 of your preferred time zones. The analog time display has been relegated to the center of the watch's face and is smaller than that compared to the AE1200. This is a compromise the designers had to make in order to facilitate a larger world map display. Inside the case, the module used has a reference number of 3264. This is powered by a single CR2025 cell battery, and it should have an average life of 10 years before a change is required. The main feature for the 3264 module is the world time. When you're setting up the watch for the first time, all you need to do is to tell the watch what city you're in and to set your home time. The watch will then calculate the time in 40 other different cities around the world based upon that. It's also very easy and instantaneous to change your time zone when compared to, say, a smartphone, because you don't need to have a cellular connection. The countdown timer function is also one of the most useful on any Casio. The maximum duration is 24 hours, but what makes it useful is that you can set it in 1 second increments. Some other models only lets you set it in 1 minute intervals. Next is the chronograph function, and again this has a maximum duration of 24 hours. There are also 5 alarms built into the module. One of them is a one-time alarm and the rest are daily alarms. To be honest with you, I don't use it. All I really require is one alarm and the ability to set it to come on during weekdays only. The watch is programmed with an auto calendar up until the year 2099, so someone at Casio must surely be able to figure out a setting to make the alarm come on during weekdays only. The final feature which I appreciate is the button mute feature. By holding down the bottom left button, you can silence the button beeps. It is surprising how many other Casio watches doesn't even have this feature. Next, let's take a look at the backlight. This is probably the single weakness of the watch. Considering it does have a large LCD, the watch uses only a single LED to illuminate the face. You can set it to stay on for a maximum duration of 3 seconds, but using only a single LED means it barely illuminates the top map. So that's the Casio AE1100, the immediate predecessor to the more famous AE1200. The fact that Casio only sells it in certain regions means that it's surprisingly difficult to obtain in Europe. Any retailers that have imported it and are selling it have also added a premium onto it, which I don't think is worth over the AE1200. If you are a collector though and you come across it on your travels in Asia, I would say that it is worth getting it in order to add to your collection.